Hello everybody, welcome back to Steph's Movies and Music. I am, of course, your host, Steph. So here we are today, December 28th. I have caught wind of a Magnavox Odyssey being located somewhere here in St. Louis. And by catching wind, of course, I mean Facebook. Apparently there's this place called Retro TV Toys and Games, or something along those lines. They have a Magnavox Odyssey. Now, for those of you that don't know, Magnavox Odyssey is the first video game system, particularly to be used at the home market, at your own house. And that was released back in 1972 for about $99, I believe. Now, I know what you're asking, Steph, what are you going to do with the video game system that was made in 1972? Well, I'm not so sure, but as you can see behind me, I like old shit, so I'm sure I'll figure something out. I don't know if they still have it. The ad was put up like a month ago or something like that. So we're gonna travel down there and see if they still have it. So I'll see you in the car. All right, here we go. I gotta get gas first, but after that, we are on our way. So the place that it's at, Retro TV Toys and Collectibles, is in St. Louis. It's about a half an hour drive from where I live. Once again, not sure if they have it. I'm thinking they probably do. I can't see something like that. They said that they're not really sure. In the Facebook ad, it said that they're not really sure if it works. They don't have a way to test it. It's one of those things you have to have a...
In half a mile, turn right onto St. Ferdinand Street.
Well, alright then. It's one of those things that you just have to have a TV old enough to play that damn thing. So, hopefully it does work. It looked a little dirty. It's still in the box. It looked like it had everything in it still. I didn't see the games, but, they didn't really take that many pictures. So I'm going to ask a few questions. I'm also going to ask if I'm allowed to film while I'm in there. So we'll see. Yep. All right, we're on our way there. I just finished up gassing. Now we're heading straight there. Another 30 minutes. We're only going to get there about a half an hour before they close, unfortunately. This was kind of a last minute thing that I just decided that would be cool to do. So, once again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they have it there.
I don't know a lot about it. That's a system that was like kind of before my time.
Yeah.
And,
when were you born, if you don't mind me asking?
After that was made.
Okay. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if you have any electronic experience at all, I bet you if it doesn't work, I bet you can make it work pretty easy.
Yeah, probably trick it into working or whatever.
No, because my one buddy says a lot of this stuff is solid state.
Yeah.
So it's like you could submerge it in water, and all you gotta do is clean it up, and
Right.
it'll start working again. But I mean, you could have an issue with the power,
Yeah,
and
that's
whatever
too.
box you need to collect it to the television system, that might be shot.
Okay. So all the cords are in there,
I
though?
don't know, because I didn't go through it.
Really?
I just bought it I glanced over when I bought it, but I didn't inventory anything. I just...
Sure. All right. Well, I'll probably check for the cords then, and
Sure.
I might buy it from you. I'm not sure.
No worries.
All right. Well, you saw it in there. It's in pretty dirty condition. I'm not sure. I offered him $150. I think the original price was $200 or maybe $180 or something. And I offered him $150. He said $160. You got a deal. It's not a cash only place, but apparently for this kind of thing, he's only accepting cash, or else he's got to charge me sales tax. And I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna go try to find an ATM. He says there's a couple ATMs around here. There's a bank down the street. We're gonna see if we can work something out. It seems like we can. It seems like 160 is fine if it's in cash. But anyway, they close soon. He said he'll stay open a little bit longer because, you know, he I told him I'll be back with the money. So we'll see how this goes. So we were able to make a deal, $160. Hopefully it works. I have my doubts for sure, but for $160, I've never seen one of these things in person. It's back there in that bag. The guy's really nice. His name is Matt. I assume he owns the place. Just really chill, laid back. Asked him if I could record a little bit, and he said, yeah, sure, I don't care. Do what you need to do. I did walk around, and it is a really cool place. The name says it all, retro TV, toys. Yeah, it's a really niche kind of place, and there was a few people in there. And so, apparently he gets some business, which is good. And he's a nice guy, so I hope everything works out for him. Alrighty, well, you see it here. This is the Odyssey. Now, the real unfortunate thing about it, and you can see it almost immediately, is that just how badly that this particular unit has aged. The box is falling apart. I really only have like half of the top, and that's really it, which is unfortunate. It's moldy. It's gotten water damage. Whenever you touch the edges, the frayed edges, you could tell that it's got moisture in there. It's really a bummer, but like I told you, this was $160. These things typically go for like $600 if they're in perfect condition, maybe even more than that. I haven't really checked on it in a while. The styrofoam seems to be intact, but it is aging. Some of the overlays are really dirty looking. I probably have to clean those. Those overlays basically took the place of graphics, because the system really doesn't even have graphics. It just has a dash, a little like pill-shaped thing, that's the character, and then there's a smaller little, maybe a ball-shaped thing. And when I say ball, it's a square. It's a white square, because this was before circles were invented. And instead of graphics, you would have stuff like this. This is for Russian roulette. It'd probably be easier to just play Russian roulette in real life than to play it on this thing. But that you would stick that onto your TV. In fact, I could probably demonstrate for you. Hold on a second. All right, there you are. So you would take your overlay and stick it onto your screen. Now, this one doesn't quite fit onto this one, unfortunately. There were two different sizes. They came with a large size, which is this one, and then I should have a smaller size. Here it is. Once again, I need to clean these. There you go. That fits on there much better. So that would be the graphics for this thing. Would be this little thing. It's basically the equivalent of like when you get like those window stickers for like Valentine's Day or Christmas that they're just like gel things that you would peel off and stick to your windows. It's kind of what it reminds me of. There's the manual, the installation and game rules. There's rules to all the games. Now, wait until I show you the games. That's the best part, in my opinion, are the games. That's what the cartridges look like. These little pick-looking things are the games. Game number 1 through 12, I believe. Basically, all of them show the same thing, but each of them are programmed in a slightly different way. The thing about these is that a lot of them are corroded. I'm not sure if they're actually going to work. Here's number 2, game number 2. I got 4 so far. I'm not sure how many there are. I think there's supposed to be 12. I think I'm supposed to have a dozen. Here's a few more. 5 and 6. And 4 and 9. I'm missing number 7. And you got a bunch of cards that go with certain games. Everything is really gross. I have a layer of dust and soot and whatever else is on my fingers. I might have polio now. I really don't know what's going on here. I never thought that I might need to get a tetanus shot from a video game system, but today might be the day. I don't know. Alright, so these are the controllers. and they have really big, long penises. No, they don't. But they do have really long cords. Not long cords, actually. They're really short, especially by today's standards. But they're big and bulky, and they're not very flexible. So that's what the controller looks like. You got two knobs on either side, and this one has a smaller knob that you do God knows what with. And this is actually the power on button for the system. Actually, no, that's not true. I think that's a reset button. The power on, it doesn't actually have a power on. You would just stick the card in, and then it would turn on. As bad as this looks, it doesn't really smell that bad. It just smells like it's 50 years old. And that's because it is. This thing came out in 1972. And this particular unit has not aged very well. There's a lot that I need to do to clean out. I need an air compressor to like spray everything out. And this thing needs a lot of TLC, but I think we could probably get it working, hopefully. I really hope so. For $160, I was skeptical at best. Here you go, the Odyssey. That's what you get. Oh, what's this? Is there a battery dock? I hope a tarantula doesn't pop out of here. I don't want to open it. Okay. There you go. I'm scared that something was going to jump out of there. I really don't know. There could be something living inside of this thing, really. Apparently it took batteries. I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, what's that, honey? We're going to visit your mother-in-law? Fine, let me just bring my Odyssey and I'll play it on the porch. There's a lot of weird ones. There's a football game. I'd have to organize all this. I'm sure I'm missing some things. I do have two TVs that this thing could possibly be hooked up to. At least two. I have another two that it could probably be hooked up to. Probably. But they're in storage. So right now we're going to work with what I got. And then we'll go from there. Probably the best part of the Odyssey, other than just how much of a novel concept it was. Oh, and it came with two controllers, by the way. When's the last time you saw a system that came with two controllers right out of the box? Back in 1972, that's when. But also, I don't think it came with this. I think it's sold separately. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to do some research on that. But you had a gun with it. I think the game's called Shooting Gallery, but the gun itself is just the Odyssey gun. Look at this shit. It's a gun. So, yeah, I mean, this is 1972, folks. I don't know when the gun came out. It could have been 73 or 74. I think that they had this thing, they were making this thing from 1972 to 1975, so at some point in those years. And it's aged better than the system, and so is the box. The box is a little warped and probably suffered a little bit of the same type of substance abuse as the Odyssey, but overall it's aged a lot better. I guess the gun kept up with its Botox, and the Odyssey not so much. Anyway, I mean, that's what I got to offer for you right now. I guess we're going to go ahead and end the episode on that. I plan on making at least a couple other episodes of these, at least one more, to see if we could get this damn thing working. But we got to clean it up, and my guess is we're probably going to have to jump through quite a few hoops in order to actually get this thing working to how it used to work 50 years ago. So, we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Steph signing off.